Hello, everyone. This is getting redonkulous.
I've walked through storms in scars and grace. Smile through pain with a painted face.
Bring it, brothers and sisters.
They called me too loud, too much, too strong. But honey, that's the reason I belong. Every scar's a scripture, every tear's a hymn. I found my worth where the light grew dim. They tried to break me, but here's a twist. I turned my pain into a clenched fist. I'm an unbreakable woman, born of fire and pearl. I shine like grace in a reckless world. You can test my faith, you can shake my plans, but I'll rise again. Just watch me stand. I've been whispered about and written off, judged by the gloss, not the cost. But God don't
Is it
build
Rankin?
weak hearts from gold. He made me fierce and he made me bold. I bend, I pray, I roar, I rise with mascara, tears and battle cries. Don't need your crown, I forge my own. From ashes, honey, I build my throne. I'm an unbreakable soul, dressed in truth and pearls. The fire don't scare me, it lights my world. You can doubt my voice, but you'll hear my name. I'm holy and hood, and I'm done with shame. For everyone called too much, too loud, too real. You're not to anything. You're exactly what power looks like. I'm an unbreakable soul, through the fight and flame. My scars are stories, my strength, my faith. Faith in my heart,
It's Pinky.
my clothes, forever divine. Clutch them pearls.
Let's go.
Coming in clutch, better tighten them pearls, dropping cold facts. Got the truth for the world, no smoke, no fluff, just the real that we trust. Hold on to your seat, cause I'm coming in clutch.
We got him.
Coming in clutch, better tighten them pearls, dropping cold facts. Got the truth for the world, no smoke, no fluff, just the real that we trust. Hold on to your seat, cause I'm coming in clutch. Coming in clutch. Coming in clutch, better tighten the pearls, dropping cold facts. Got the
Good
truth
taste,
for the
Arlene.
world, no smoke,
taste.
no fluff, just the real that we trust. Hold on to your seat, cause I'm coming in clutch. Coming in clutch.
My dog's name is not Fluffy. My dog's name is Tucker. 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 If you don't hear it, maybe you'll know what it spells.
Well, hello, 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 everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. You could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options, anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world, and you chose to be right here. I know your time is very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending some time with me. Today is April 17th, 2026. It is currently 8:40 p.m. on the east coast of the United States. Bonjour. Hello, my beautiful friends. Thank you all so much for joining me tonight. We're talking about the Jack and Lilly Sullivan case. Jack and Lilly Sullivan, ages 4 and 6 years old, vanished from their Pictou County, Nova Scotia home on May 2nd, 2025. We are almost at a year, and they have not been seen since. And we're still looking for them, even though, in my personal opinion, I do believe that people know where Jack and Lily is. And I think, I don't want to speak for everyone, but I think the vast majority of the public thinks that something is wrong here and that some people know where Jack and Lily are. But a lot to talk about tonight. We're going to go over some things that more things I found in the documents and all that. Um, it's just getting crazy in the Jack and Lily case, and I generally don't get into the mess of things. You guys know that. Um, but I really hated that people are fighting in this case right now, and I think when that happens, it's a good day for Malaya and Daniel, and that's what I think, and that's my true, honest opinion about it. Because if we are not talking about them, then and people are fighting with each other, arguing with each other, then we're not talking about Jack and Lily. And we'll get into some of that and all that. So we're definitely keep it about Jack and Lily here, and always about the victims. Um, but before we get started, let me just say thank you to Pinky. Thank you so much, Pinky. Appreciate your support, my friend. Really do appreciate that. Good to see you, Pinky, and thank you for being a member here on the Pearl family. Appreciate that. Mama Sue, good to see you, honey. Gas, good to see you, my friend. Angel, hello. Christy, bonjour. Shannon, good to see you, my dear. Enoch, bonjour, lovely. Not Lob, hello. Susan, good to see you. Hello, Miss Joyous. Good to see you, darling. I agree. Yeah. Sherry Lynn, good to see you, my friend. Leslie, Tina, hello. Mama Susu, Wendy, Vibes, good to see you. Carmen, good to see you. Carol, how's Middle E? I haven't talked to them in since Easter. I want to say maybe like a day after Easter. Um, they're doing the best they can. They need your prayers. I'll check in though. Thank you for asking. Darlene, let me look at that real quick. Is that true? 1 second. Let me look at something 1 second. Person detained yesterday in South Tucson in question about Nancy Guthrie has been released. I don't know if it's about Nancy Guthrie, is it? Uh, 1 second. This has got me curious. I'm sorry, guys. Let me see here. Mm, are you sure it wasn't about the other Nancy? Uh, no, I haven't seen anything. I'll look at that. I don't see anything right now, though. Good to see Miss Darlene. Susan, good to see you all. Autumn, something is wrong, and there's three people that know Malaya, Daniel, and Janie. Yeah, yeah. We all have. I don't talk about creators or anything. I don't get into that mess. People disagree. They disagree um, on things, and we all run things differently. Uh, was over at Char's channel, and they were talking about her C&D, which is very interesting. I was looking at that Char. One thing about that, it should be very easy to find them. I was looking at that email address. I could probably find them very quickly, uh, their IP address and who they are, because they weren't very smart about sending that email. That's one thing. Um, Hold on a second. Please remember to, yes, please hit that like button, guys. Really appreciate you all being here. Also, share this live out. We greatly appreciate that. Like the video, all that jazzy stuff. Uh, you guys. And there's some things that one second. Okay. Sorry, I'm getting some information in. So they did actually detain someone yesterday in Nancy Guthrie case. That's very interesting. Okay, I'll look at that here in a minute. Holly, thank you so much. Love you, Justin Mods Pearls. Love you too, Miss Holly. Thank you so much. Love you, love you. Thank you, Miss Holly. Good to see you. High vibes. Um, you know, I have done entire live streams about this, and again, I'm not here to talk about any creator or anything like that, but I really believe that many of these creators, when particularly someone suspicious is around the case, and some of these creators get close, start speaking with family members or whatever, they get manipulated by the mom, the dad, the stepdad, the grandma, or whatever. We they People only show you what they want to show you. And I think it's one of those things where they people change their minds whenever um, they start speaking to one of the parents or whatever. I've did entire live streams about it. I have seen it a million times. And just because a parent, a family member, or is whatever is nice to you doesn't mean the timeline changes, right? It doesn't mean anything changes. Um, Sorry. Well, yes, sorry, I'm Team Jack and Lily, and I'm sick of some of these creators that want to play the victim games and the parents. So I've decided that from now on, I'm only. Thank you so much, honey. This is the thing. Hold on, let me turn this, guys, up 1 second. I apologize. But I I don't know really what's going on with the channel. I think it's Shenan's, and I really don't know what's going on with Charmaine or anything as well. But I think we need to all reel it back in for Jack and Lily and continue covering them. Um, and another thing is, you guys know, like I'm close to Daphne as well. I love Daphne to pieces. She's I consider her a very good friend and stuff. I think there is, in my opinion, some miscommunication between the two, uh, Shar and them. And this is the thing, people do their channels differently, and some people might not agree with everything I do or say, and some people might not agree with um, what everything Charmaine does or Daphne or whatever. But I think that there is some misunderstanding right there. I would really hope that they could, hash that out, or because, I was trying to ask questions in Charmaine's chat because I didn't really, I still don't really understand everything that they're talking about here, about, like, uh, these documents that was put out, but they were, I don't want to speak for Daphne or Charmaine or anything like that, but I do think there's a big miscommunication there with that. You know what I mean? Hey, Miss Dolores, good to see you, Mama. Thank you so much. Appreciate you very, very much. Thank you, lovely. Good to see you, Miss Dolores. Really appreciate you. Um, and people have Patreons, and I one thing that I do know is, like, Daphne obtained those documents uh, just like anybody else could have. Um, and where we can she got those documents. I know she shared them with all of us as well. But again, I don't want to put anybody down. But maybe she'll speak about it. Maybe she won't. I don't know. Um, I missed y'all yesterday. Not sure why I missed logging in. Oh, I'm sorry, CCQ Canada. I'm very sorry. But I do know that some people agree with it. Some people don't think it's okay. Some people, if you're a member, will drop certain perks. Like, if you're a member, certain maybe documents. Some people do that in Patreon. A lot of content creators do that. And listen, I know a lot of y'all are watching right now. You are absolutely welcome to join in this conversation. It will never be an attack here. I really believe we need to elevate our conversations and say really what we mean. Because when there is lack of communication and we don't elevate our conversations, that is when there is a lot of hurt feelings, a lot of misunderstandings, and all of that. So, thank you, darling. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Um, so yeah, yeah. Let's elevate our conversations and say exactly what you mean. It doesn't mean you have to say it in a rude or mean ass way or anything like that. You guys know where I stand on Jack and Lily's case. I've been on Jack and Lily's case literally since day one, almost since hour one. And I am with the public that I believe Daniel and Malaya know. I believe they know exactly what happened to Jack and Lily, in my opinion, um, and all of that. Uh, I think we should live and let live. We're not going to agree with everyone 100% of the time. It doesn't mean uh, we have to fight and all of that carry on stuff. You know what I mean? It really has. Sinister Nanny, civil and respectful has gone out the window when it comes to a few creators who needs to be ashamed. No flipping the bird. Yeah, and listen, Charmaine was telling me in the chat there that somebody was flipping her the bird and stuff. Shame on them. You know what I mean? But this is the thing. We're all hypocrites in our own way. If we're truly, um, if we truly uh, look deep within ourselves, we all are it to some point or another. Um, but I think we need to. I don't know who flipped her off. I don't know who she was talking about, to be honest with you. But someone giving her a C and D, rip that thing up. I'd rip it right up in front of right there. Um, I will. There. I went back. Let me see if I got her pulled up. Yeah, right here. Um, Whoever gave Shard this C and D is not very intelligent. I will say that because they didn't use a good email address. That's for sure. They used it. She showed this again. This was um, the defaming and all that stuff. Creators talk about. I don't get into that stuff because you really have to prove intent, and it's very hard to prove someone's intent with all that stuff. People get all but cease and desist. This letter serves as a formal demand that you immediately cease and desist from engaging in any further acts of harassment and defamation against any of the individuals mentioned above. It has come to my attention that you have been making false statements about the individuals mentioned above, spreading harmful rumors, hosting lives with false information. You can tell this is just not at all from an attorney. In my opinion, harassing and defaming, these actions may also constitute violations of applicable laws. Your statement and conduct are false, damaging, and unacceptable. I demand that you immediately stop making any false or defamatory statements against the individual named above. Cease from all forms of harassment, including, you know, uh, limited to calls, messages, social media posts, hosting lives on your YouTube, and in-person contact, etc. Remove any existing. Uh, does she put it up here? She Malaya Brooks Murray, Hayden Smith Murray, Cheryl Robinson, Patty Pearson, and Haley. And again, speaking about who this is the thing. Malaya and Daniel have came to the public. They are speaking about and they should want as many people speaking about Jack and Lily as possible. And they don't mind unless unless you simply think their uh, story, because I believe Friday Morning is truly a made up fictional story, is wrong, is wrong, or something is really wrong here, right? So there's that. Hey, Nerdy, thank you so much. Did I thank you, Miss Dolores? Let me thank you. Thank you, Miss Dolores. I appreciate you, love you, appreciate you, my darling. And thank you, Nerdy. 14 months. You're a legend. Thank you for all you do. Love you, Justin Mott's beautiful pearls. Thank you so much, Miss Nerdy. Appreciate you so much as well, my friend. Very kind of you. Uh, let's hope. Let's hope. I do believe Jack and Lily's going to get justice. I really do. Uh, truly. Oh, my Lanta, Shannon. Thank you, baby. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate that, Miss Shannon. Wow. In my opinion, I have had the same opinion from the start on this heartbreaking case. Lots of people disagree, and that's okay. I appreciate and respect all opinions. I follow channels, and some don't like me, but I am still mature enough to appreciate and respect their work. Absolutely, absolutely. And this is the thing. Uh, Not everyone's going to like us, right? Not everyone's going to like us, and that's okay. Uh, we're not going to like everyone either, right? Please don't ever trade your authenticity for approval. Uh, let people dislike you. That's okay. Um, everyone wants to be liked. Uh, everyone wants to be loved. Everyone wants to be accepted, and the more, the merrier, right? But you also have to stand on something as well. You know what I mean? You also have to stand on something. Um, I think people need to learn the only people that control is themselves. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And people are going to talk about you, whether you did anything or not. You know what I mean? Can some people fill me in quickly? What did Daphne do? Well, I don't think Daphne did anything wrong, in my opinion. Um, again, I'm not here to say Daphne's story. Daphne, Shar, all of them, I consider them friends. You guys know I do a lot. Daphne and I do a lot of work together. Um, but she had a Patreon. She obtained some files uh, about Jack and Lily 100% legally. I know that because I've seen the actual email to that because when she sent me that information, which is public, um, she put it in her Patreon. A lot of people put documents about cases in their Patreon or in their members only and all of that. Um, and some people say like, oh well, you're selling documents or anything like that. It's not like that in my opinion. I know like people like Plunger does the FOIAs all the time in their what's it called, Patreon, or their members only and stuff like that. But it's those things are out there. I Now the thing is, from again, I may be getting this all wrong. So take it for how you will. It's not, it's not my battle, if you will. But so I think there was some disagreement with that. I know you might disagree with that. I mean, it is what it is. You might fully support it or whatever. Read your messages, please, and the tip line, please, Justin. What do you mean, Kelly? What do you mean, baby? Where? What'd I miss? Did I miss something? Now, there was, if you guys some of you may remember, there was a couple creators that, and this made really big news, national news actually. There was a couple creators, I forget what case it was, a year or two ago. They put, and I totally disagree with this. They had a FOIA on a case, and it was a child's missing case, and there was autopsy photos, and they did put that in their Patreon. Now, I completely disagree with that, 100%. But this is the thing. This is the reason why a lot of people do the Patreons, is because we deal with very sensitive information, right? We deal with very sensitive information sometimes, and when I say sensitive information, I mean like it can be a little rough, right? Crime is not glamorous at all, and you can't show the people who want to go deeper into the case because the rules on YouTube. You know what I mean? So Darlene says the problem is that in Canada it is legal to distribute or name the victim. I think Daphne may have been encouraged. So this is the thing. It's distributed is because you're technically, I don't know the entire laws in Canada. I'll take your word for it. But you're not ever paying if someone has like FOIAs and stuff, because FOIAs many times cost us, like the person is getting it. Hold on, Kelly, I don't know what you mean, baby. Did you text me or email me? But you are you're not paying for you're paying for to join, if you will, and you can, like, if there's other cases or something that the creator has put up there, you can get any of them for that, and you're doing it more to support, you know what I mean? Court record documents, yeah. So and this is the thing, whenever for instance, like when those documents were released with when Daphne, again, anybody could have done this, and you probably still can, I don't know, but back then, I know when she did this, it is up for like the RCMP or law enforcement to redact anything that shouldn't be redacted. You know what I mean? And again, not everyone's going to agree with it. I don't know. I don't know what Kelly means. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And this is the thing. Jack and Lilly are the victims. Jack and Lilly are the victims. You know what I mean? They are the victims. It's not Daniel. Daniel's not been named a victim. Malaya has not been named a victim that we're aware of, right? Like publicly. There is Daniel is accused to have a victim, but that name has not been named. Now we can speculate, but again, she has not been named. No, I don't. This was not an attorney. This was not an attorney. No way. No way. Is Kelly typing in chat? Yes, try to get a hold of you. Did you text me? I don't got a text. Let me sorry, Kelly. Let me check right here and see if you do it on Facebook. Maybe that's why. But you guys know, like, I don't support either one of them, and because, in my opinion, based upon their own words, their own everything, they've lied. They have lied. I don't know where you are messaging me at, my dear. I don't see it. Let me check this one. I don't know. Maybe email me, Kelly. I don't have anything from you, baby. So I don't know if she's okay now. Let me get back here. Yesterday was the granddaughter's birthday. Happy birthday. Please tell Clutch to read his people here. What do you mean, who dat? Who dat? She's calling me? Oh, she can call me, 307-228-4906. Nothing's coming through. Are you talking, Kelly, is it about Nancy Guthrie? Are there still 3 hypes, Justin, per week? Yes. All right, guys, hit that thumbs up button. Greatly appreciate you all being here, and all that. Let me just see this real quick. I want to see what Shar says, what they said here.
Feeding other people false information about me, thinking that
I don't know what's going on with these creators, but I hope that they get back on it with Jack and Lilly, because we can't afford. There's not a lot of people talking about Jack and Lilly right now, because there is a lot of other cases happening, and Jack and Lilly has been fucking failed.
Say, if you want
Not failed them.
to tell me to mind my own business and fuck off, you're more than welcome to. I would not be offended. I would understand, just because. But she didn't. She was not rude about it. She actually just said no. She said, I did give it some thought. Like, I genuinely thought about it. I considered it and just decided no. It's been too much for too long, and I'm just not interested. She said it's not just Charmaine, it's other creators as well. There's just been a lot of shit that's gone on. It's created some trust issues for her. So she's just not. She is sticking to herself and her small circle. She is 100% supporting Malaya, and that's what she's focusing on. She said, as far as the stuff between you and her, she said it's not anything. She said she didn't want to get into details with it. She said, but I will say, a few things that stand out. It's not about the list, because I did bring up the list, and I said, that was never put out to be a malicious thing or to mock anybody, because my name's on the list, but I understood what you were doing with it once you explained it. And she said, nope, it's got nothing to do with the list.
Okay.
It's all stuff that happened long before that list ever came out.
Okay, so we're going to get to the Jack and Lily stuff now because I have found some new things that we're going to talk about in the Jack and Lily case that in these documents, again, that further proves that, in my opinion, that they're lying. The parents are lying their little asses off, and how really anyone can defend Daniel, Malaya, even Janie. They're lying their asses off. I kicked myself out again. Don't do that, Linda. They are. They are. And listen, I will never defend anybody that lies on a 4 and a 6-year-old. I will never defend anybody who has bruises on a 4 and a 6-year-old who has bruises on their eyes all the time. Won't do it ever, ever. And you know, they love it that you know, that they're being defended. They just absolutely love it. Right? Okay, I got some questions here in this document. Let us not do the same. Yes, that's exactly right, Mayflower. That's exactly right. So here we go. Okay, so Ron McKenzie in this document made a statement, which is Janie's brother. Ron is the one that spoke to Janie allegedly Friday morning about taking, them going to town, right? Now, he says this right here. On May 8th, McKendrick and McKenzie took a statement from Ron McKenzie, Janie's brother. The following is a summary of what he said. Ron spoke with his sister Janie at 8:48 on May 2nd to see if she wanted to go to town with him. Janie said no. He said he called Janie again at 10:19 a.m. Was there any other calls? With Janie at like 6-ish in the morning? Did something happen? Then confusing. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Summer. That's exactly right. I like them all. And I think there's just a misunderstanding. Dad, thank you so much, my dear. Appreciate you. Did you send it twice? Did you send 2 of them, Dad? It says you sent 2. Thank you so much, my dear. Appreciate you very, very much, my love. Kelly, what are you talking about? No, nobody's talking about you, honey. Nobody. I thought she had a call from Ron about 6-ish. Thank you. And yes, thank you so much. You sent it twice. That's amazing. Thank you so much, my darling. What kind of you. Really do appreciate you. I just got up with the coffee and cigarettes and the chickens out at what time? She said she woke up at 6. Yes, she received a call from Ron at 6:28, I think. Thank you, Dan. Thank you so much, my friend. Appreciate that. Exactly. Why do you guys remember Janie's interview? I can't find it. I mean, I can find the interview, but she sends a photo of her her text messages and calls whenever she says her brother calls. Guys, remember that? Put a 1 in the chat if you remember that, where she shows it on the thingy-majigger. There we go. There we go. Okay, perfect, perfect. She doesn't show the 6 in that, it doesn't show the 6 something in the morning though, right, does it? Love you too, Miss Kelly. Thank you for 8 months, my dear. Oh my God, who dat? Thank you again. My God, thank you so much. Appreciate you. That's so kind of you. Really appreciate that, my dear. Good to see you, and thank you. You are so, so kind to me. I appreciate that. Let's get the bullseye. What's the bullseye? The bullseye. Bullseye. Thank you, baby. Appreciate you. Janie showed her phone when they were standing by their chickens. By their chickens. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Oh my God, guys. Thank you, Who Dat. Thank you so much. I don't know what to say. Thank you so much, honey. I appreciate you very, very, very much. Thank you for your support. It shows a tiny bit on the phone, but she doesn't talk about it. Yes, yes, she doesn't talk about it. And thank you again, Who Dat. Very kind of you. And if you remember, Janie doesn't show it. There is Malaya's on the doing this thing that the kids are missing around 6, or sorry, not the kids are missing. Sorry, scratch that. That the kids are not going to school around 6:15 that morning, right? 6:15 that morning. And because she says she goes back to bed, but around the same time, Janie is awake, right? Janie is awake, and she says she gets up at 6. She makes a coffee, has the cigarettes, and then at 7 o'clock she goes out to the chickens, and then she comes back inside and she lays down. Her brother calls, wants if she wants to go to town. She says no, nothing about that 6 a.m. call, right? Nothing about that 6 a.m. call. Ron doesn't mention anything about that 6 a.m. call. If you remember what the neighbors say in the documents, they say that about with the interviews and all of them that they've spoken about 5 a.m. is about the last time they supposedly hear Daniel's call, or car, rather. Car. My desk is at a different angle right now, and it's kind of throwing me off. I'm used to everything being so. Fixing it. So 5 o'clock. And then 6 o'clock, Malaya is saying kids are gone. They're not going to school, rather. Not gone, but they're not going to school. And then Janie's supposedly talking to her brother early on in the morning. Lots of things going on at 6 and 8 o'clock. Oh my God, guys. Kelly, thank you so. What am I doing? Thank you so much. That is so generous. Wow. My God. Thank you so much, my dear. Appreciate you. If you received one of those pearl necklaces, make sure. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you, Miss Kelly. Very, very kind of you. Make sure you thank Kelly. Who dat? What are you doing? My God. You guys, thank you so much. Wow. One, two, three, four more. Thank you, Who dat. Wow. I don't even know what to say. Thank you so very much, my dear. You are so incredibly kind, very generous of you. I appreciate you more than you could ever know. Truly, the times are. M and J were up at 6ish. Malay and J, or M and J, or were up at 6ish, and then 8ish, 8:30ish. But nobody heard or saw the kids leave. It's like I forget how unbelievable. Well, yes, but you got to remember. You know something? I just thought of something. we hear, we hear. Malaya says in the very beginning that. Sorry, my wheels are spinning, guys. Malaya says in the very beginning that she sees Lilly that morning. Lilly comes in the room. Daniel is asleep. Daniel is asleep. And then in the next interview, I don't know, there's fireworks going off right now. I got to show y'all some stuff. That's so interesting. I might have busted them on something real quick. Who dat? Thank you. My God. Thank you so much, honey. We got all clear. Thank you so much, Who dat. That you are incredibly generous to me. I really, really, really appreciate that, my dear. Oh my God. Thank you so much. Hold on, guys. I need to find something because I just thought of something that where Malaya. Ooh, this is bad. This is really bad. Okay. Okay. Give me a second. Okay. Malaya provided 4 statements to police. 2 statements were provided on May 2nd, 2025. Okay. On the day Jack and Lily went missing, she heard them playing. Okay. This is bad, guys. Look at this. Look at this. Holy smoly. Whew. On the day Jack and Lily went missing, she heard them playing in the other room. Anne was going in and out of sleep. Lily came in the room around 8:20 a.m. a couple of times. How oddly specific is that? How does she know it's 8:20 a.m.? And she says Daniel was sleeping the whole time and didn't really wake up. Lily came in the room. Malaya is saying this in her very first interview around 8:20 in the morning. Again, Malaya is saying she's seen Lily, not Daniel, the first time. Daniel was sleeping the whole time and didn't really wake up. So, first of all, this ends up switching around because Daniel says he's the one that's seen Lily, kept coming into the room. He doesn't say what time, but first Malaya says Lilly came in the room. She's the one that seen her. And Daniel was asleep. Daniel says he wasn't even close to being in and out of sleep. Right? Yeah, look at there. Look at it. Look at the comments. On the day Jack and Lilly went missing, she heard them playing in another room, and she was going in and out of sleep. Lilly came in the room around 8:20 in the morning a couple times. Daniel was sleeping the whole time and didn't really wake up. She didn't hear them anymore around 9:40. So she got up and they couldn't find them, so she called 911. If that doesn't tell you guys that you cannot believe either one of them about these missing children, I don't know what else will. In my opinion, from the very first interview, I didn't believe any of them, Jack and Lilly. Not exactly. I agree. Absolutely, Brenda. Absolutely. 1,000%. 1,000%. Craziness. Absolutely. Oh, I've got my thing here. Absolute craziness, right? Okay. Now, it's so interesting that Malaya is up at 6:15 in the morning, right? She's up because she's coherent enough, according to her story, that she can mark the children as absent. And we've got 6:15, and then we've got 8:20, 7:15, 8:15, 2 hours and 5 minutes later. She says, Lilly. Okay, so Lilly is up and in her room by 8:20 that morning. But before that, before 8:20, she could hear Jack and Lilly playing in their room. Okay. But remember, she's dozing in and out of sleep. Right? 6:15, 7:15, 8:15, 8:20, 2 hour and 5 minutes later, Lily's in her room a couple times. So she's awake enough to know the time, 8:20. She's awake enough to know B, that Lilly came in her room a couple times, and C, she's awake enough again to notice an hour and 20 minutes later that she no longer hears the kids' voices. Right? Thank you, Michelle. Appreciate your input, my dear. Really appreciate you. You're very kind. I guess triggered you, didn't I, darling? Good to see you, honey. Hey, Miss Michelle. Good to see you, darling. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Love you, baby. Thank you so much, my dear. Good to see you. Really, really appreciate you. Do you think maybe the medicine that they stopped to get was something to knock them out and gave them too much? It could be. It could be. Right? Hey, Charmin, good to see you, honey. She had to have heard the kids outside at the very least. Absolutely. They all had to have. Absolutely. Absolutely. Their stories do not line up. They don't line up at all. Hey, preschool granny. Right? Malaya says she's the first one to see Lily. Then it switches to Daniel. He's the one that saw Lily coming in the room a couple times. And then Malaya says Daniel was asleep. Daniel says he wasn't even close to being asleep. It's really, really bad. What'd Tina say? I don't either, Linda. I don't either. I know. But I think, hey, Adele, good to see you, baby. I think there's more to this than meets the eye. Oh, well, that's exactly what Daniel said. Remember? I wish I could tell you guys, but there's more to this than meets the eye. Number one. Number two, when he said he couldn't tell us what Jack and Lily were wearing, but they're not wearing what we think they were wearing. And there's more to this than meets the eye. Okay. All right. Where was the Ron thing that we're going to get to? Let me find it again. Sorry, I forgot what page it was. Okay. Left her family. Daniel and Malia took the vein. Okay, it's on up here, I guess. Okay. Wait a second. I just thought of something. Cindy at 3:37 p.m. on Thursday to see the kids. Cindy would have seen the kids on the phone. Do you guys remember this? This is Thursday. At 6:29 a.m., Malaya received, this is Thursday, received a message that the kids were marked absent from school. Malaya said it was a very slow morning and that they did not do anything until they got breakfast, watch TV, and play. Malaya had a video call from her mother, Cindy, at 3:37 p.m. This is Thursday, the day before they go missing. Cindy at 3:37 p.m. Thursday to see the kids. Cindy would have seen the kids on the phone. They weren't home by 3:37, were they? On Thursday. They didn't get home till they were almost home, but they wouldn't have gotten home yet, would they have? Help me out, chat. Oh, hold on. Thank you so much, Miss Joyce. Justin, I hit the wrong button, and Tina log is timed out by mistake. Can you get her back in, please? I'm so sorry. Oh, okay, honey. Mods, if you can do me a favor, any of the managing mods, Joyce, you might be one. If you can time her out, or see if you can untime her out, and if you can't untime her out, untime or time her, retime her out for the least amount of time, which I think is like 30 seconds or something. It happens, Joyous. We've all done it. It's okay. Tina, I'm so sorry, baby. We'll get you fixed up there. Hold on. Let me. Shannon, I think you might be one. Let me check here. Oh, my phone's about dead. Give me a second, guys. I'm sorry. Which chat is she in? She's probably in the big one. The bigger one. Let me check this. Okay. Well, kumbaya, mother chicken, kumbaya. Okay. Did you get it fixed? Anybody get it fixed? I timed her up for 10 seconds. Okay. Tina, let's time out for 10 seconds. Okay. I'm going to see if I can fix it. And no. Marie, thank you for sending 10 jewels, by the way. I just now saw that. Thank you so much, my darling. Appreciate you for sending. Thank you. Very kind of you, my dear. It's fixed. Okay. We got it fixed. Okay. There she is. We got you, Tina. Sorry. It's trust me, we've all had it. Hey, Anastasia, good to see you. Do you guys remember? I'm trying to remember what time they got back that day. But Malaya says Cindy would have seen them at 3:37 p.m. If that's true, they had to have just gotten back. Oh, here we go. They drove home between 2:52 and 3:11. Okay, okay. Here we go. It says down here. So they got home at 3:11 and arrived home. That evening, she got the kids something to eat, and they were watching TV. She said they might have gone outside sometimes to play. That makes me not believe her. Justin, please read my comment about the Barbie shirt. If I can find it, my dear. Chat's moving so quickly. Can you retype it again, babe? Thank you so much. Dorama, good to see you, my dear. Appreciate your input. Hey, Anastasia, good to see you. Yeah, rewrite it. Okay. They went outside sometimes to play, but they came in when it was getting dark. She got their teeth brushed and they wore their clothes to bed because all their clothes were still in the bags from when she washed them at her grandmother's house. And she hadn't got around to putting them away. You know what that tells me? I wrote it. Yes, I just did. Lily was put to bed in the Barbie shirt that was on the dash of Daniel's car. How do you know that? Yeah, well, yeah, it does say that for sure. But think about this. She says she makes them dinner when they get home, the kids' dinner. The kids go outside to play. She brushes their teeth, but remember, according to Janie, she says Jack is outside getting pulling up the rocks and all that stuff, right? With centipedes and stuff like that. Which means he would have been dirty. I mean, they was out around town all that day anyways, right? I agree, Rickson. Exactly. I don't believe any of this, to be honest with you. But she says she doesn't get their clothes out because she hadn't put them away. You know why she's saying this, right? You know why she's saying this, right? Because they had taken all their clothes and washed them the night before. And the kids weren't taken care of, obviously, number one. But number two, the next morning, if she was going to send them to school, she would have had to open those clothes anyway. Right? Like if she was genuinely going to send them to school Friday morning, why not open those clothes up right after they come back inside? You get what I mean? But she says the kids are outside, all this. Here's what it says. They might have gone outside. She got their teeth brushed and they wore the clothes to bed because all of the clothes were still in the bags from when she washed them at her grandmother's house and she hadn't gotten around to them putting them away. Right? That tells me guys, if there's trolls in here, just block them. Don't pay them any attention whatsoever. Don't give them nothing. They clearly need something. I don't know. Regardless, just automatically block, instant. If they can't have an adult conversation, then they can leave. It's pretty much simple as that. I feel she had been planning on leaving, in my opinion. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I think she wouldn't have came back. Where's Daphne at? I don't see Daphne. Maybe all the clothes are still at the grandmother's house. No, the clothes they supposedly brought back with them that night. Is Daphne in here? Okay. Love you, Daph. Then why not just go through the bags and find the clothes for the kids? Exactly, Peggy. Exactly. Why not do that? Why not do that? It's very interesting, right? Didn't go get the kids clothing out, anything like that. Didn't change them. So in my opinion, what Jack and Lily were wearing at the Dollarama and stuff that day when they are seen out in public is the last thing that, right, that those kids had on. Do you think she didn't unpack them because it would make it easier to leave? I think that's a good excuse. But I think the real thing is that Malaya is lazy. She didn't change kids that had been. God only knows when these kids were last changed. To be honest with you, right? Because remember, like I said, she did. They did close every 6 weeks, whether they needed to or not, right? So there's that. Okay. Moving on. Let me find it here. Which one it is? which day was this? Daniel provided 2 statements to police on May 2nd and May 4th. The following is a summary of what he said. Daniel said Malaya took the baby, Meadow, and left her family. She blocked him on social media. And couldn't get in contact with her. Daniel said he rarely used or checked his phone, but has done so more in the last 3 days since the kids went missing. Daniel's not very smart, that is for sure, right? Because Daniel can see, or sorry, the authorities can see Daniel, right? Daniel can see, give me a second, guys. I'm getting a message, 1 second. Okay. Daniel can see, oops, wrong one. Oops, 2 seconds. I gotta fix something here. Apologize. Got it. The police, the RCMP, can see, it's so obvious who that is. Yeah. RCMP can see how long anybody is on their phone every single day, right? What pages we're on. They'll be able to see when Daniel was on his phone, when Malaya was on her phone, all of that. Piles of dirty diapers when her and Cody stayed together. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Jack and Lily, we just don't get to pick our parents, you know what I mean? And it's really sad that they just whether it was, bio parents or step parents, they just didn't get the best parents, to say the least, right? Okay. 1 second here. I need to pull something up. Can anyone text me or email me that photo of Miss Junkyard Janie when she's showing that text message of the calls? You know what I mean? When she's standing in the yard.
This nicotine patch for an hour, and I'd still sell you in for a smoke. Come on back to my place. I want you to look at a urine sample. I think it looks cloudy. It's been so long since someone touched me.
My dog's name is not Fluffy. My dog's name is Tucker. 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 If you don't hear it, maybe you'll know what it spells.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to come right back to this document. I'm going to play something, and I'll be back in 30 seconds. I need to go tinkle, and I'll be right back.
They got a few drops in my blood for that, for much. But what I can say is my blood was taken or drawn. And
Maj's voice. Wow.
And, they got a few drops in my blood for that, for, check my DNA, because my DNA is obviously going to be on the blanket. But I can't really disclose, and I'm pretty limited on what I know about the blanket at this moment. But I can say,
I still haven't went to tinkle, but I'll be right back in a second. But Daniel says he's pretty limited to what he knows about the blanket. Says the one that sends it to the trash and runs and gets it out and videotapes it, and says the one that is 100% sure that someone planted it.
With the DNA collection, something's definitely proceeding forward with that.
How did that go when they took your sample? Did they take you into the station?
Yeah, it was done at the station. investigator did it. They have an applicator, which, you know, they hit the end of your finger with it, just like you were testing for your blood sugar. Just, you know, pinch the end of your finger, and I had to squeeze for 20 minutes to get some blood out. But after we get those 4 drops out, it goes onto a little pad, and it's put in a envelope and then plastic bag and then sealed up for evidence.
Do you know of anyone else who had their sample taken?
No. I was never disclosed any of that.
Yeah.
Nor do I ask, because I know I would not get an answer in return.
Right. You've been asking questions.
Yeah, I ask a lot of questions. Sometimes they can't answer.
And was that voluntary, or did they?
That was 100% voluntary. They never have to get a warrant to do anything. I'm always cooperative. Just like in the past, I keep asking them, do you want my phone? Do you want me to do more polygraphs? Like I'm open to everything. And I always tell them that. They say, Daniel, no, we don't need your phone. Daniel, no, it's not necessary to do any more polygraphs. So at this point, I'm very cooperative, you know. And when they did up the paper for consent on my DNA, you know, they fill in the paper, you know, May 2nd, missing persons case for Jack and Lilly. And then they go through it. And then there's the box checked for criminal involvement, no criminal involvement. And they check the box for no criminal involvement. And I put my signature on it, and there was my consent.
How did you feel when you saw that box was checked?
Very happy. But I've known for, you know, since the start that I'm 100% innocent. But to see investigators say that to me before, but then also, you know, see it visually with my own eyes, it was
absolutely.
It was a big thing.
Absolutely.
So it's your understanding, you believe that RCMP do not consider you a suspect?
I'd say 100% I'm not considered as a suspect.
Daniel's 100% sure about a lot of things, isn't he? 20 minutes on diabetic, get blood in 2 to 3 seconds. Well, you know something, Lisa, I thought that was interesting as well. But when you're on the mathematics, it dries you out. So I was wondering, maybe Daniel's a little bit dried out, you know. It's nicotine patch for an hour.
At this point.
Why is that?
Let me pull this up.
I mean, from that box being checked. But we can also go back to when I had my polygraph exam. When we went over the questions beforehand, all the questions were on death, right? So,
you know, the questions on death, they said that there was only questions on death. Now, there, you know, people, it's free to believe what they want, but I don't think, you know, they said that they do not believe Jack and Lilly, you know, would have succumbed to if they were in the woods. And then the questions themselves says only about death, which kind of, in my opinion, says that they do not believe, the RCMP does not believe the children are alive. It can. Biology teacher. Oh, really, Susie Q. I think it depends on like how deep they prick you too, because those little things that, you know, they can go different. Hey, Boombastics, good to see you, my friend. Yeah. Okay. Where is my page? Okay, there we go. All right. So we just read that Malaya said that the first time she interviewed was that Lilly rather came in the room, and she's the one that sees Lilly. Now, listen, if you want to know why Major Crimes was there almost immediately Look at the difference in their first interviews. Look at the difference in their first interviews. When asked about Friday morning, Daniel said the following. Daniel said he was in the bedroom with Malaya and Meadow, who were in bed with him. Lilly came in a couple times, but he did not check his phone to see the time. Now remember, Malaya, first interview, said that Daniel was asleep when Lilly came in. And she sees Lilly. Daniel says that Lilly comes in a couple times, but he doesn't check his phone. If you want to know why Major Crimes was there on day one, look at their story. Look at their story. They didn't even get they didn't even get their first interview even remotely right. Right? They forgot which one of them was supposed to have seen Lilly. Yes. I have questions about the guy who wouldn't let the search party of the property, something about a buck. Do you think the late night run was to his place? No, I don't think it was to his place. My opinion, no. I don't think so. I mean, I don't think so. In my opinion. They don't even know which one told the other if they heard the kids. Yes. And you wonder why Major Crimes was there at Jump. Yes. Yes, Autumn. Yes. Okay, moving on. Lilly came in a couple times. This is Daniel now. But he did not check his phone to see what time. The television was on and it was daylight outside. So Malaya says Daniel's asleep. She's the one that sees him. Daniel says, nope, I seen Lilly and I didn't check my phone and it was daylight outside. Lilly didn't say anything. She would just open the door and look in and then leave again. It doesn't even sound right? Like, was you turned looking at the door at that time, Daniel, and you just noticed it was a couple times and you was awake every time when you were dozing in and out of sleep? I mean, come on. She did this 2 or 3 times, Daniel says. They used to remind her not to rush in because they wanted to make sure Meadow got a good sleep. Sometimes the kids would wake her up. Well, the thing is, Malaya said that the kids already woke Meadow up that morning, even though Malaya didn't say to the kids to calm down or anything. She just puts Meadow in their bed together. So Daniel says, we always told him to be quiet, not to wake Meadow. Malaya says, well, they already woke Meadow up that morning. Question. Janie was up at 6 or 7, had tea and smokes, but doesn't go in her trailer for the morning business on the toilet. Why is it impossible that she... Does she not have a toilet in her camper? That's a good question. Firehorse. Does she not have a toilet in her... Malaya stated that she had not seen the children since the night before. She later does, Susan. She later does. But if you Go back maybe 20 minutes. I just show you Malaya says she's seen Lilly the morning she goes missing. Chamber pot. Yep, they both did. They both did. Yep. Hey, Mohawk, there was no water going to that camper, just power. She uses the wash a spinner. Yes. How does she do that? There's no water. Right. Her interview, she said she heard them. Well, she says Lilly comes into her room and Daniel was asleep. So she would have had to have seen. Look, I'll show it to you. Let me find it. Because a lot of people miss this. And I got it the other day. Malaya provided 4 statements. 2 statements were provided on May 2nd, one on May 3rd, and one on May 4th. The following is the summary of what she said. Listen to this very closely. On the day Jack and Lilly went missing, that would be Friday morning, she, meaning Malaya, heard them playing in the other room and was going in and out of sleep. Lilly came in the room, meaning their room, Daniel and Malaya's room, around 8:20 a couple times. Daniel was sleeping the whole time and didn't really wake up. She didn't hear them again until 9:40. Yeah. So the cops didn't buy any of the statements from the jump. How could they? How could they? You know what I mean? They were totally opposites. Oh, thank you, my love. Appreciate you. Okay. Excuse me. All right. Where was Daniel's? It's one down here. Where I was. Okay. So she came in 2 or 3 times. They used to remind her not to rush into the room because they wanted to make sure Meadow got a good sleep. Sometimes the kids would wake her up. Daniel said he got up and he didn't hear the kids. He thought it was only a few minutes since Lilly had last poked her head in the door. He went out and saw the back sliding door was closed. The kids didn't usually close it when they went outside. Their boots were gone. Daniel ran around the house looking for them, but they were not there. Malaya got up when he got up as well and was looking for the kids. Daniel ran outside, but they were not in the yard and he couldn't see them. He got in the car and drove around, then ran around in the woods looking for them. He searched for hours. Okay. He said he did not look at the time and didn't even take his phone. Right? Now, then Daniel goes into Thursday, which he completely tries to mix Wednesday and Thursday. Yes, hours. Hours, Joyous. Hours. Daniel says he looks for hours. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Exactly, YouTuber. Exactly. 1000%. Hey, little black bear. Good to see you, darling. Okay. Okay, moving on here. Let me find it. Okay, now this is Daniel's statement on May 6th, right? 4 days later. The following is a summary of what he said when he's re-interviewed again. Daniel said when the kids went missing, Malaya's mother showed up extremely quick, even though she was over an hour away. Like, I don't know why Daniel would lie about this stuff. I guess he probably wasn't thinking clearly, because they can obviously see what time Malaya's mother shows up. And I have shown you guys what time she showed up. It was after, I think it's like after 1 p.m. I know it was afternoon. We thought Daniel searching in the car was just him to go check the tracks from the night before under the disguise of searching. Yeah. Yep. Thank you, Brianna. Yeah. Thank you so much, Adele. Good to see you, darling. The whole story of dozing and kids going in and out of sleep is weird. Oh, it's totally weird. In my opinion, why would she get up to put the baby in bed with them and turn the TV on if she was worried about getting woke up? Apparently, she was awake, in my opinion. Absolutely. Absolutely. And it just shows you that, I mean, some people keep the TV on. It helps them sleep. You know what I mean? But regardless, if she already said that Jack and Lily woke up Meadow that morning, and she doesn't tell them to, chill out or anything. But here is Daniel on the 6th blaming, kind of already pointing at Malaya's mother. And I think he's pointing at Malaya's mother because Malaya's already left at this time, and he's already mad at Malaya's mom because she left, right? She Malaya and Meadow and them already left. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to pull up some. Okay. All right. So he says he wasn't sure when Malaya called her mother and said it might be a good idea to check her phone to see the time. Daniel said his Google Maps would have his location, and he always keeps his location on for Malaya so she knew where he was, and she did the same for him. He said on the second day he had his cell phone service when he was searching. He said on the second day he had cell phone service when he was searching. How interesting, guys. How interesting. Hey, Deb, good to see you, darling. That Daniel says on the first day he doesn't take his phone, right? Because there's no service anyways. I caught this. Now he says on the second day, after Jack and Lily are already missing and he's searching, right? Very much so, Quincy. On the second day, after Jack and Lily are already missing, he took his phone and he has service. There we go. How can you have cell service on day one, but not the next? Thank you. That's exactly what I'm saying, Joyous. How does he have service the day Jack and Lily are missing or not miss or that go missing? He doesn't have service, doesn't take his phone, but the day after, right? He has service. Oh, love you, Leanne. Good to see you, darling. Love you, darling. Appreciate you. Got that. Yes. Not good. Baby kisses. How are you? Yes, Carol. Hey, Sherry. Right? Again, he said on the second day, he had cell phone service when he was searching, not when he was even at home, right? But when he was searching. He literally says in his first interview that he doesn't take his phone while he's searching because there's no service out there anyways. 4 days later, he says, oh, well, the second day I had service while I was searching. Yes, thank you, Renas. Please hit that thumbs up button, guys. Appreciate you all being here. Truly. Okay. All right. Let me see. Where was it? Okay. He said he used Google Maps to get out of the woods one time, and he sent Malaya a picture of it. So Daniel needed Google Maps to get out of the woods. Like he doesn't know the local area. Where were you at, Daniel? Because remember, there was so many people searching. Right? He says he had phone service in the woods. Daniel out here doing the most. Yep. Look at this. Daniel said he had to get Google Maps to get him out of the woods, and he sent Malaya a photo. I know, baby kisses. How anybody can believe this man or that woman is beyond me. Oh, absolutely, Deb. Lied like a rug. Lied like a rug. Yeah. Okay. I've caught all kinds of new stuff. It's just amazing when you step back for a minute and take a look at it again. Where was it? He said he used the maps to get out of the woods one time, and he sent Malaya a picture of it. So he's got to have service doing all that stuff, right? So does Malaya. Daniel talked about the areas he searched on the first and second day. He said he went into town and got his friends, Adam and Chance, and they helped him search on the second day. Daniel said he thought Lily and Jack would only come to him because they were attached to him. Daniel said they would not listen to Malaya, only him. Yeah, Bottom. That's exactly right. Now, it's interesting the way Daniel words this, right? He talks about the areas that he searched on the first and second day. He said that he went into town and got his friends on the second day, I'm guessing, Adam and Chance, and they helped him search on the second day. Daniel said he thought Lilly and Jack would only come to him because they were attached to him. Daniel said that they never listened to Malaya, only him. And then the next thing Daniel said he is trying to be completely truthful and tell police everything, but it is hard to remember everything exactly as it happened. But he can remember what days he had service, right? He can remember anything else, but he can't remember, pertinent things about his missing stepkids. I use that term loosely because he's the mom's boyfriend, technically. But it's hard to remember everything exactly as it happened. Daniel said he is having a hard time because his whole family is gone. When asked in detail about Friday morning, Daniel reiterated what he said in his earlier statements and provided the following further details. When Lilly was sticking her head in their room, he could hear Jack in the kitchen in the background. He did not see him, but he was usually loud and clumsy, so it was easy to hear him. Isn't that amazing? How he talks about Jack in the same sentence, that Jack is clumsy. Who says that about their missing kids that morning? What did Laura say? It's obvious they were not expecting getting asked about the night before. Yeah, they were not prepared at all. At all. What are the chances Daniel and Malaya had a fight over the last line? Well, nothing would surprise me, but there was a fight that night. Damn straight there was. There was a fight Thursday night, as sure as the sun rose Friday morning. There was a fight that night. Indeed. Indeed. Guys, I just need to give my throat a break for 1 second. I'm just still recovering over this pneumonia, so just give me 1 second so I can my whistle.
I mean, from that box being checked. But we can also go back to when I had my polygraph exam. When we went over the questions beforehand, all the questions were on death, right? So they concluded that by the end of it, I was truthful with all my questions or all my answers. So I didn't have anything to do with the murder of Lilly and Jack. And there was no questions on.
I didn't have anything with the murder? Do you guys hear that? I didn't have anything to do with the murder of Lilly and Jack? Do you mean the disappearance of Lilly and Jack? Who said Jack and Lilly were murdered? They asked you that.
To do with truthful with all my. So they concluded that by the end of it, I was truthful with all my questions or all my answers. So I didn't have anything to do with the murder of Lilly and Jack. And there was no questions on the disappearance or abduction or kidnapping or anything of that nature. So that leaves me with, I didn't murder the kids. I have nothing to do with the disappearance because they did not ask any questions on that.
So because they didn't ask of any disappearance, they didn't disappear? That's your logic,
So
Daniel?
you mentioned that in the polygraph, they didn't ask you about the disappearance and whether you had anything to do with it. But I'm going to ask, did you have anything to do with the disappearance of Jack and Lily?
No.
Did you kill them?
No.
A bullshit?
What do you think happened to them?
At this point, I'm completely just not sure. I mean, I've thrown
A
speculation
bullshit?
out in the past and, narratives that I think, or theories that, what I think may have happened. But at this point, I have to just go with what the RCMP say because they have so much information. They have more resources, and they're the ones that are fully invested in this case. They have the, intellect and professional training to do what they do. It's been 8 months, and I know a lot of people think that, the kids are not alive anymore, but I hold out hope 100%. I'll always hold out hope every day because there's no reason not to.
Do you think it's criminal?
Yes.
Anne Elizabeth, there was allegedly someone detained yesterday, and they were released. They were released. I'm telling you, there's getting ready to be something. I told you guys this last night before we even knew this. I think there's getting ready to be something on Nancy Guthrie because of that FBI thing that was out and all that. Mm-hmm.
But it will not pivot to a criminal case or a criminal investigation from a missing persons until they have a suspect and they're going to be investigated and then, formally charged.
Do you get any sense from RCMP that they believe this is criminal?
Yes, but they don't openly share that or talk about that concept with me.
So Daniel gets that this is criminal.
That's pretty limited. They use as many, use the least amount of words they can to convey what they're trying to get across or questions, or it's usually me who tries to dive in depth with them, but they're pretty tight-lipped on everything, and they should be.
How many times have they officially interviewed you?
Formally interviewed. The very first one was about 4 hours, and since then, I'd say about maybe 5.
Anyone notice how they seem to interview Daniel longer than anybody else and more frequently, it seems?
Times.
And then charges are brought separately on him after this interview.
I don't know the count exactly, but probably around 5 times.
And when was the latest one?
The latest one would have been, that would have been on the blanket. So, and the actual formal interview for that wasn't very long. That was probably about 20 minutes. But the amount of time I spend with them is a lot because we go over a lot.
Watch those hands.
It's just me asking questions and how can I help them, and so it's usually like an hour and a half to 2 hours. I only plan on being there for 20 minutes or whatever they have to do with me, but it's just like we just keep talking.
And so when you say interviews, that would be recorded on the record interrogations.
Yeah, that's the audio recordings.
There have been allegations from Malaya's friends and family that you were abusive to her. Were you?
No.
They have destroyed them. They have absolutely just given in to Daniel with everything. Listen to what right after this interview is done, not very many days after, then charges are brought against Daniel with this question.
Audio recording.
After this question.
There have been allegations from Malaya's friends and family that you were abusive to her. Were you?
No.
They said that when she moved in with you, she cut off all contact with them and you monitored her phone.
She also monitored mine. We both had the same passwords on her phone.
Gotcha, bitch!
And her friends, she blocked her friends on my phone and she blocked them on her own phone.
So how would you describe your relationship before the children went missing?
Yes. I don't really want to talk on that because I don't really want to talk on too much to do with Malaya. It's best that we don't.
Okay. And so you mentioned that there were some accusations about your past drug use. I've read some things about it being drug use that week, the week the children went missing. Is there any truth to that?
No, I didn't have any drugs. And the clients knows that. Or they would have, charged me with possession of drugs or drug paraphernalia. There was nothing at the house. So, and they know that.
What is your history in terms of the drug use?
Yet I have shown you direct text messages from Daniel that he says that he has done the rugs every day for years. Every day for years.
What would you like to share, just to clear the air?
I did not have any drugs. People thought I was doing drugs during the search. Absolutely not. I don't owe any drug dealers money. I don't owe anyone drugs. I'm not a drug dealer.
Bullshit.
I don't manufacture drugs.
Bullshit.
Can't really speak on anything more than that. I
Those
guess.
have been all the
Bullshit.
accusations
Yeah.
about you.
That I have, manufactured drugs, sell them. I give them to people to sell.
Bullshit.
There was no drug party that night.
No, there was no drug party. There was no leaving during the middle of the night.
Bullshit.
When we pulled into the yard on Thursday afternoon, it would have been about 3:50 or just right before 4 o'clock.
I want you to. I want to show you a physiological, his physiology here of when he's thinking very quickly. When he says, "When we pulled into the yard," watch his eyes go. He's thinking like a mofo here.
Night when we pulled into the yard on Thursday afternoon, it would have been about 3:50
that?
or just on Thursday afternoon, it would have been about 3:50 or just right before 4 o'clock. The vehicle did not move till the next morning until I got in it and then went searching for Lily and Jack that morning when Malay was on dispatch.
He moved like a lot lizard that night. His lizard tongue. He's lying out his lizard tongue, in my opinion. He doesn't. That's very uncomfortable for him.
When we pulled into the yard on Thursday afternoon,
somebody who's lived through something like this, you don't have to search for words. You don't have to search for the words. Yep. It is, certainly is. Well, technically after midnight is the next morning. Yep. That is absolutely true.
Afternoon, it would have been about 3:50 or just right before 4 o'clock. The vehicle did not move till the next morning until I got in it and then went searching for Lily and Jack that morning when Malay was on dispatch or contacted dispatch.
How have all of these allegations impacted?
Hold on. What do you see right there?
And then went searching for Lily and Jack that morning when Malay was on dispatch or contacted dispatch.
How have all of these allegations impacted you?
At the start, it didn't bother me because
That's a very good point. That's a very good point, Jana. And notice how he said they blocked that they blocked her friends. Yes. The relationship that Daniel was in after Malaya and people he has I'll just say dated, they have all have said that they couldn't even have guys work, like if they worked with a guy, they couldn't even have like contacts of them in the phone. Oh shit, what I do? What did I do? Okay. 1 second. Okay, here we go. Once you step back and you can see a lot more.
True.
Hey, what's up?
You know, basically anyone can just go on there and say whatever they want.
Hold on.
And they went searching for Lily and Jack that morning when Malay was on dispatch or contacted dispatch.
See his lizard tongue?
How have all of these allegations impacted you?
At the start, it didn't bother me because they're obviously all not true. You know, basically anyone can just go on there and say whatever they want without any recourse at all. And over time, you know, it started to get to me because it's just constant, right? I tried to keep up on it all and tried to, you know, tell everyone the truth and correct everyone, but it was just too much. When those groups start to get so large and there's thousands and thousands of comments and thousands of questions every day, that's too much. Then you have YouTube creators, they just go on and, you know, they basically become delusional. They have their mob and they look to destroy.
Hey, mob.
Or they're completely obsessed with me and the case.
Yeah, I mean, what have you learned about the true crime community?
That it's absolutely vicious and
Hey, Ninchi.
I said this word a lot, but obsessive. And a lot of those creators in the true crime community, it's like basically, you know, talking to like a barnyard animal, I guess you could say. It's
bah, motherfucker.
They don't add any value other than just being there.
Fuck you, Daniel. Go to hell.
Do you feel at this point things are getting worse?
You're a barnyard animal,
Or has it
Daniel.
eased up at any point?
The community it's becoming more aggressive with their conspiracies and theories due to my lack of engagement online. I've received numerous death threats and major crimes has, you know, notified me on that. And
Major crimes notified him, which again, nobody should be threatening death ever or threatening period. But I don't believe him.
You know, they're working hard to basically get them under control and find out who's doing them.
How are these death threats coming in?
I mean, I get them daily on my phone. That's
daily
a normal thing, but Major Crimes was aware of them. I'm not sure if they came in for tips, call-ins, or...
Daniel, you are a major asshole. Okay? Major asshole.
Or some other way, but they didn't want to dive into that. They're pretty limited on what they can tell me about any of it. I mean, basically because, you know, they don't want me to get worried.
Oh, not only he really thinks he's on the police force. Oh, Jacqueline, you should see, if you've seen the text messages, he made it sound like he was the one guiding this case for the RCMP. He's the one giving them tips and giving them notebooks full of things. And he actually said in the text message that, how did he put it? He has people on the inside, and he you know, he can't say anything because he'll mess it up, mess up the case and all that stuff. It's beyond. He can run faster than a helicopter, yes, because, and it's not because he's Daniel, but because he's super Martell. The math really gives him wings to fly higher, faster than any helicopter ever could, ever will, actually. Cassie, thank you so much for renewing your membership, baby. Appreciate you very, very much. Welcome, Ms. Cassie. How you doing, girl? Love you. Appreciate you. In my opinion, we weren't there either, so we don't know what happened. But now it's up for the RCMP to do the RCMP answers to their best. Well, you're right. We don't know exactly what happened, but we do know that they lie. We do know that. And you can't convince me, or maybe you can, why anyone would give conflicting, completely conflicting stories, accounts on what they did or said on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. There's just why anyone would lie on a 4 and a 6-year-old. Oh, the Super Math Daniel. I forgot. I gotta dig that out. Yeah, Super Math Daniel.
And everything like that, but pretty serious stuff, I guess.
How are you dealing with that?
I'm dealing pretty well with it because, nothing really scares me in that aspect. It's been 8 months and I don't really put much thought into where much, I don't recognize it as, having any impact on my life personally. But I imagine a lot of individuals are probably like scared for me, I guess, because, they care about me. But for me personally, I just see it as like another rock that skips off the water. There still is, people with big hearts out there and open minds, but they're not on there posting. But I do have loyal supporters and I appreciate every single one of them.
So now that we're coming up, getting to 9 months in this investigation, what's your sense? Where do you think the case stands?
I think the case, it's moving forward, but there is so much information to,
You could tell by her body
examine
language.
and really go through before you can complete this part of information, then move to the next. And I mean, there's so many tips being called in,
For real.
and there's tips that are absolutely useless. Like when you see me out in public, don't call in a tip. I mean, that's just total nonsense because you're slowing down the investigators and you're slowing down the social media team that they have. And, or the...
Absolutely. Malaya said Daniel would never hurt the kids. She says Daniel never laid hands on the kids. But then she says Daniel picked on Jack. And again, it just shows you that they are both inconsistent about anything they say about 2 missing kids. Right? I was going to the CPS office, then I got high. I was going to see my daughter, then I got high. Now my car is being towed, and I don't know why. Because I got high.
The guy who checks the tips and he reviews the tips. I mean, you slow him down when you're just putting in tips that say, well, we've seen Daniel at a gas station buying a Gatorade. Because that has happened.
Daniel, you don't drink Gatorade. You drink Haterade. Duh.
Right. Wow. What would you like to see happen with this case?
I would like to see it closed.
I bet you would. So would we. I would like to see it closed, Jack and Lily found, and people in prison.
Jack found safely, and someone is charged with criminal offenses.
Who's Alan? Who's Alan? He needs to hydrate because the mattress. Yes. Who's Alan? I'm trying to think who Alan. The brother? A brother? Maybe I'm missing something. Oh, with your songs. With your songs. 1 second. One second. Let me see here. Maybe it's. No, give me a second. Do we got it? I'll find it in a second. I got the song.
Because that's what you think will be the result here.
Yeah.
You don't think they're in the woods?
No.
Have your own theories shifted at all along the way?
They have, but they always come back to what I originally thought. After I just, go over all the information so many times or lay in bed and go over everything in my mind from the very beginning to where it is now. The theories in my mind change, but I still have to go with what RCMP say because they have the most information on the case. And I know that's their job to bring justice for Lilly and Jack and to bring them home safely.
I've got 2 Super Matt Daniel ones.
I'm a math man, yeah, I count cans. I live in a trailer with rusted pans. Mom's dog's bald, it's got no flair. Lost all its hair and it don't care. Pink blankets, lies I told again. Footprints,
My dog's name is not Fluffy. My dog's name is Tucker.
Stronger than a chopper when the rotors spin. I rake mud driveways while mom shakes her fist. Super Daniel, yeah, I can't be this.
Thank you, Robbie. Love you, baby.
I drive it recklessly.
Thanks, baby.
Her name on my mirror in red. Now I'm searching coverts like I lost my head. Dirt roads, rivers, waist high deep. Virginia slims, I puff and leap. I'm Superman Daniel Farragon.
This nicotine patch for an hour.
In the cold. Work 1 day a week at the sawmill grind. Super Daniel, yeah, all my time.
New thing.
Dirt roads, rivers, waist high deep. Virginia slims, I puff and leap. I'm Superman Daniel, arrogant and bold. Strutting pipelines in the cold. Work 1 day a week at the sawmill grind. Super Daniel, yeah, all my time.
I need to make one of Malaya. I don't know what I would say about Malaya. What would you say about Malaya? Let me see here. There's a minute. I got another minute song. It's like, let me see here. I think this one's the Super Matt thing, I think. And then we're going to get back to it.
In the mirror, cape made of bed sheets, superhero swagger, but his powers taste sweet. Not kryptonite, nah, it's crystals and fumes. Pictou County's whispering that boy's doom.
I don't know what.
Superman Daniel soaring through the sky, fighting off the bears, outrunning all the spies. Superman Daniel living in his his head. The RCMP's connecting dots instead. Raging the rapids, his canoes made of lies. Says he tamed the river, but he soaked them dry-eyed. Tells the world he wrestled 10 raccoons last night, but the only claws he felt were from his own bad fight. Too many black eyes, too many tails. The North don't claim you, your bravado fails. Daniel thinks he's Superman, but the county's laughing. We all understand. Superman Daniel, you can't fool the town. The Mounties got their book, and they're tracking you down. He says he's faster than choppers, can leap tall trees, but his superpower's just illusions and please. Daniel, oh Daniel, we all see the truth. Your cape's just a blanket, your ego's the proof. Superman Daniel. Superman Daniel. Superman Daniel. Daniel in the mirror. Cape.
There we go. There you go. Checking mail. Okay. I gotcha. There we go. Superman Daniel. There we go. Deborah made me this. And that's funny. That's funny. The trails got him. Okay. All right. Oh, guys, we have a little bit of breaking news coming in with Tucka, actually. Let's get right to it. We are getting 1888 Tucka, the all-new deluxe model of the Tucka Oyster Shucka, the Junkyard Janie Oyster Shucka. Now buy one, get one free. Order in the next 10 minutes and receive a free pair of gloves. Yes, if you call right now, you will get a free pair of gloves. If you call in the next...
My dog's name is not Fluffy. My dog's name is Tucker. 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 If you don't hear it, maybe you'll know what it spells.
Okay. All right. Just wanted to thank you for that sponsor today. I really appreciate that. Okay. Moving on. Free gloves as in love gloves. What's love gloves? I don't know. No. Ariel, no. Okay. Here we go. Moving on. Just a little love and light right there. Okay. Let's finish what we started here. Okay. This is when Mr. Martell says something. Yes, let me make a note of that right now. Make an Oyster Shucka song. I am on that. Let me do that so I can remember. I remembered that one. Okay. Whoops. Okay, there we go. All right, here we go. So Daniel says, when Lily was sticking her head out of the room, he could hear Jack in the kitchen in the background. He did not see him, but he was usually loud and clumsy. So it was easy to hear him, and then it's got redacted. They like to eat and snack all the time, and sometimes stash food away. First of all, that really concerns me about them stashing food away. You see a lot of that in neglect and abuse cases. A lot of that in neglect and abuse cases. Children and adults even stashing food away. It's very sad to me. Daniel said when he went out, listen to this, to look for the kids in the house and realized they weren't there, he went back into his bedroom to get dressed before going outside to look for them, even though he was outside looking for them. I guess, before he got in his Malaya's Nissan, 4-door, 4 wheels, Nissan Pathfinder. Daniel confirmed the kids could not go out the front door because he had jammed a wrench or a bolt in there to make sure it didn't open. He had, love you, Pam, he had that door bolted. Let's be real. And in my opinion, I think that this is part of the charges that we are seeing separate to Daniel being charged. That whenever holding, I forget what the charge is, like holding someone against their will, I forget what the charge is, but that's kind of what it is, right? I think that's part of it. Why did he have to go back and get dressed? Was he wet? No, this is when he went up the hill and says he was searching in the yard and all that. You know what I mean? Hey, Deborah, I just showed the thing you sent me, baby. Yeah, the picture. Wasn't there a lock on the fridge? How could they snack and eat all the time? I think I don't know when that. I don't know if the lock was still on there, but that's very interesting. That's very interesting. Okay. Daniel said he went out to look for the kids in the house and realized they weren't there. He went back to his bedroom and got dressed. Daniel confirmed the kids could not have gone out. Okay, we read that part. He said he does that most nights because there are bear that used to hang around outside. But they allowed the kids to go outside, right, and play in the backyard and all that stuff, right? Makes a lot of sense, right? That morning, he had to rip the door open to get the metal piece fell out on the floor. Notice how it says there, confinement. Thank you for that, Stickler. Notice how he says right here that morning, all the mornings that went by, that he had to rip the door out because he says there was a wrench, and then he said or it was bolted. Come again? He ripped that bolt off the door before the police got there because he didn't want it to look like he actually had them bolted in the house. Yes, baby kisses. Listen to this. Daniel said he went out to look for the kids and realized that they weren't there. He went back to the room. Daniel confirmed that the kids could not have gone out the front door because he had it jammed a wrench or a bolt in there to make sure the door didn't open. He said he did that because if there was bear hanging around outside. That morning, he had to rip the door open to get out, and the metal piece fell on the floor. So he knew there was no way they could have gone out that way. Okay, let's think about this for a second. Why did he have to rip the door out to begin with? Why did he have to do that? He was already outside. Remember, he says in DT's room that when he goes up the hill and all that, and then he goes around to the front door, he said it was locked. So he goes back around the other way, the back door, and he goes in the back door, and that's when he gets, there's 2 sets of keys, right? And all of that. There was no, you don't have to rip out the door. If the door is locked, the door is locked unless you have it bolted so people can't get out of their home. Right? You don't need to unlock that door. If they're not outside or if they're not inside, you don't have to rip the door regardless. I have heard that allegedly that the door was literally broken after he ripped it. The door is literally allegedly broken after he ripped it. I think he ripped it very quickly because of the police were coming. He was taking the outside bolt off. Exactly. 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 No need to. The kids aren't there. You still don't got to take it off unless you're hiding something. Unless you're hiding something, right? Yep, that's right, Wendy. That's right. Exactly. Love you, Leslie. Love you, baby. Okay. All right. He took the car and went around to look. When he came back, the RCMP were there and told him not to go back into the woods. By that time, his mom was there with his uncle Ron, and he waited with them. So Daniel says in DT's chat that the RCMP was just showing up, and he says there was nowhere for him to park in the driveway or on the side of the road. So he parked down where like the little marsh is. And when he gets out, he said they immediately, which is very weird to me, I believe there'll be something about this eventually, that they immediately had eyes on him. And they said, Daniel, don't go back in the woods. Mm-mm. No. Mm-mm. Okay. And how was his uncle Ron there? So was Ron back from taking his mother to town? Well, good question. Good question. Why Uncle Ron jumping on the four-wheeler? I don't know. Is a bit off. I could hardly deal with it in Ohio. Yeah, Cassie. So the question is, if Daniel was there at, let's say, 10:30, RCMP was already there. That means, okay, this is very interesting. This is very interesting thinking about this. Daniel says right here that when he gets back, his mom is already with Uncle Ron. Well, Uncle Ron and Janie are talking at 10:19. at 10:19, which means Daniel had to have been, couldn't have shown up until after 10:30. Love you, Cal. He couldn't have shown up till after 10:30. Think about that, because Ron and Janie are on the phone at 10:19. Daniel says when he gets back, his mom and Ron are together. That's right, Mohawk. More lies, more weirdness, isn't it? Lots more weirdness. By that time, his mom was there with his uncle Ron, and he waited with them. There was a time when he was looking in the woods, he thought he heard a scream that sounded like Jack and Lilly. A scream or screams? Because a scream would be one. Would it either sound like Jack or would it sound like Lilly? He stopped and stood for a little while, but the helicopter overhead was too loud and he didn't hear anything. So he's the only one that thought that he might have heard Jack or Lilly. Ron is over at Brad's by 11 a.m. Really, Half Moon? I think I remember that now that you say that. What's the great news? What did Hoodad say? Uncle Ron being there could have been an easy diversion from Justin or Daniel's friends' conversation of who may have helped. Very interesting. Uncle Ron helping out here, right? Okay. So Daniel says he might have heard Jack and Lilly, and he just kind of stood there. Leviatum. But says the helicopter was too loud. But this is what's interesting to me. Daniel doesn't say, he doesn't tell anyone, oh my God, I think I might have heard Jack and Lilly. If you thought you even might have heard Jack and Lilly in the woods, wouldn't you be running out of the woods with your hands up in the air saying, I think I heard my kids. Go look over here. But he doesn't do that. Does he? At one point, Friday before dark, he took a half an hour video on his phone of where he was searching. It was a steep part of a hill, and he does not think Jack and Lilly could have gone that way. That's always been weird to me. Out of all the places Daniel searched, Daniel takes a 30-minute video on a steep hill and says, I don't think Jack or Lilly could have searched here. Then why the hell are you, A, talking about this specific area, B, taking a video, and C, taking a video in this specific area that you think Jack and Lilly couldn't have walked up? Thank you, Ruby. Yes. Half an hour video. Again, these are not my words. These are the RCMP's words that they say Daniel and Malaya told them and others. How did that happen? How did that happen? At one point on Friday, by the way, this was the day Jack and Lily went missing, and it was before dark. Daniel's out in the woods and takes a half an hour video on his phone of where he was searching. Also, notice Daniel says he was searching away from everyone else, not where everyone else was searching. He always says he was searching other places, which is very interesting to me. Yes, I remember. Takes this at one point on Friday before dark, the day Jack and Lily went missing, by evening fall, right? He took a half an hour video on his phone of where he was searching. It was a steep part of the hill, and he does not think Jack or Lily could have gone up that way. He was using the flashlight on his phone to try to see in culverts, but he didn't see anything in the water. In my opinion, these are clues. Daniel only says things to get ahead of them. Number one, he screwed himself, right? Because earlier that day, he said he didn't take his phone while he was searching, right? Number two, he has his phone in the woods. Number three, he's talking about culverts again, not that morning when he's searching. Not that morning when he's searching. That evening, right before dark. Right before dark. Yes, that it would too. But he's talking about this area. He's talking about how long he filmed. And then he says he's using this flashlight because he's looking in culverts again that evening. Culverts again. That morning he was looking in culverts. Right? But then he says this. Now, you may think it may be nothing, but I think it is. He was using the flashlight on his phone to try and see in culverts, but he didn't see anything in the water. He's getting ahead. He's getting ahead. Who sent gifts? Who sent gifts? My phone's like literally up. Let me see if I can brighten it up. Thank you, Green Eyes. Can you tell me who sent the gifts, Green Eyes? Let's see here. Robini, thank you so much for floating hearts, 10 jewels. And thank you for sending 30 jewels. And thank you for sending happy poop and another happy poop and a star for 2 jewels. Thank you so much, my love. I appreciate you very, very much. That's so kind. I didn't think I could even get the jewels during like StreamYard. Let me see here. And yeah, thank you so much, my darling. They're fun. Yeah, they are. Thank you, baby. Appreciate you very much. So he says nothing he could see in the water there. Now remember that morning, Daniel says he is checking the culverts, he's checking the roadways, he's checking the dirt roads. But then he says he's up to water up to his waist. Right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, they talked about what happened on Wednesday and Thursday. Daniel initially had the days mixed up when he confirmed through online banking on his phone that they spent Wednesday in Truro with Malea's grandmother and went to run errands, including Malea's, redacted, and Thursday. Okay. Daniel added about Thursday. Daniel said he had Facebook Messenger from Malaya at around 12:07. She was talking about McDonald's toys. He said he might have been out in the yard playing with Jack and Lily when he sent those messages. You know, old dad just playing football out in the yard with the kids, right? Wanting to look like it was also light rain. Yes. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Okay. Let me see here. The other part that I wanted to show you. Um, okay. This is Ron's statement on May 8th. You know what's interesting to me? It seems like they spoke to Ron. Someone sent more gifts. Thank you. Let's see here. How do I do it? Oops. Okay. Give me a second. It's not showing me. Brianka, thank you so much, my darling. Appreciate you. And Susan, thank you for sending floating hearts. Thank you, babies. Appreciate you. Thank you guys so much. I'm gonna keep that up there in case anybody sends anything. Thank you, my loves. Appreciate you very, very much. Love you too, darling. It seems like they are speaking to at least a couple times to Ron, which may or may not be anything, but hey, Cassie, but Ron wasn't there, right? Ron wasn't there that morning. So that seems a little interesting to me. They spoke to Ron again on the 8th. Ron spoke with his sister at 8:48 on May 2nd and see if she wanted to go to town. He said Janie said no. He said he called Janie again at 10:19 a.m. and she told him Jack and Lily were missing. Don't forget, Janie says in her first interview that Jack and Lily might have been missing. She might have learned Jack and Lily went missing before she even talked to her brother, Ron. Right? And then he says, he went to Janie's place a few minutes after that to the neighbors rather, to tell them what was going on. He went to town with his mother after that and came back around 1:30 p.m. So he still goes to town. After he knows a 4 and a 6-year-old's missing. Okay. He got back at 1:30 p.m. He got word he could go in the woods when he came back. So he searched for a while. The children have been to his house once, and he last saw them April 19th at his birthday party at the fire hall. My question is, April 19th, when did Malaya get back? When did she get back after Easter? When did she get back? Does anyone remember? I agree, Tina. I agree. Okay. On May 8th, this is when they got a statement from Edmund Dixon. That's Daniel's friend who, in my opinion, absolutely lied about the time at the Dollarama because they didn't want to show them what they were doing at the Dollarama in the parking lot, in my opinion. May 9th, they had a conversation with Brad Wong. That he did not wish to provide a statement, but was willing to have a conversation with police. He said in the early hours of May 2nd, 2025, he heard a loud, cough Daniel, vehicle, in my opinion, coming and going from 1407 Gairloch Road. He said his residence is at an elevated position from Daniel's residence, and he could see the vehicle lights over the footsteps. He said the vehicle left 3 or 4 times after midnight, which is very interesting because Daniel says he checks on the kids at midnight or a little after midnight. Right? And Brad would have no idea unless he's seen this. Have no idea. He said the vehicle left 3 or 4 times after midnight and into the early hours of the morning. He said the vehicle would drive off in a distance and you could hear it stop and then return. He said it remained in earshot the entire time. On May 13, 2025. Okay, that's Murray. Okay. All right. I think I'm going to stop there for tonight, my guys. Make an oyster shucka. I'm going to make that oyster shucka song. I really am. No, you're good, Deborah. Oh, why haven't the RCMP shown the video from Dollarama last seen Jack and Lily? They're not going to. I wish they would, but they won't. They won't. Guys, I'm going to call it a night for here. As per Janie, Ron lives on the homestead, I think. Mother also lives there too. Thank you, Miss Joyous. Thank you, Roseanne. I thought she stayed a week earlier after Easter. Yeah. That's what I was wondering. I need to look at that. You covered a lot tonight, Justin. Thank you, Miss Tina, Wendy, other Wendy, Shannon, Stickler, Anastasia, Summer, everyone. Love you guys. Appreciate you. Summer Breeze, finally a floating heart. Thank you, Summer Breeze, for sending a floating heart, baby. Yeah, I can actually accept them. I didn't know I could. Thank you so much, though. Appreciate you. Lucy Q, Deborah, thank you, love. Just a clapping seal. Susan, Quincy, Rickson. The floating hearts are so cute. I keep seeing them. Yes, they're so cute. Thank you. Ron still going shopping and getting back around 1 p.m. is very weird. Yeah, because he was at the neighbors at 11, 12, 1. Something's up. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, Maine, everyone. Robini, love you guys. Appreciate you. I will see you guys. I don't know. I need to see what's going on with Nancy Guthrie. I think something's going to break pretty soon. Hopefully. God, I hope. Like, I hope with Jack and Lily and Summer and Sebastian and Michael Vaughn, which Michael Vaughn's starting to get justice, but we need more. Yes, Susie Q. Exactly. All right. Love you guys. God bless you all. Appreciate you. Justice for Jack and Lily. Be good to one another. Good night.